Just after midnight on November 5th, 1605, guards searching beneath the English Parliament made a shocking discovery. 36 barrels of gunpowder hidden under the House of Lords, and a man standing watch with a lantern and a fuse. His name was Guy Fawkes. Within hours, King James I would learn that a plot to destroy his entire government and himself had been foiled. But why did Fawkes want to blow up Parliament and the king? And how was the plot uncovered? Well, the plan for the so-called Gunpowder Plot had begun 2 years earlier with Robert Catesby, a devout Catholic furious over the persecution of his faith. King James had once promised tolerance, but instead continued the anti-Catholic policies of Queen Elizabeth I, his predecessor. In 1604, he ordered all Catholic priests to leave England. Catesby decided that words had failed and that only an extreme act could change things. He recruited 12 others, including Guy Fawkes, a soldier who had fought for Catholic Spain and knew his way around gunpowder. Their goal was radical: kill the king, the royal family, and Parliament, then crown James's 9-year-old daughter as a puppet queen under Catholic rule. They chose November 5th because the king and both houses of Parliament were scheduled to meet that day at the Old Palace of Westminster. But secrecy is fragile. One conspirator, Francis Tresham, feared his Catholic relatives would die in the blast. He sent a warning letter to his brother-in-law, Lord Monteagle, advising him to stay away from Parliament on November 5th. Monteagle turned the letter over to royal officials, and King James ordered a search. Just after midnight, Thomas Knivet found Fawkes in the cellar, and the plot unraveled. Fawkes was tortured until he revealed his co-conspirators. Some died in a final gunfight, others were executed for treason. Ironically, their failed rebellion made life harder for English Catholics. Parliament declared November 5th a day of public thanksgiving. Centuries later, it's remembered as Guy Fawkes Day, with fireworks, bonfires, and effigies of the man who tried to blow up Britain's government. In 1834, the Old Palace of Westminster did go up in flames, not due to a nefarious plot, but from an accidental fire. The new palace was constructed in the years that followed and has become one of London's most iconic locations. In pop culture, the graphic novel V for Vendetta and the 2005 movie based on it lean heavily on the story of Guy Fawkes. In the Harry Potter novels and films, Professor Dumbledore's Phoenix is named Fawkes, a clear allusion to Guy Fawkes and the Gunpowder Plot. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1872, Susan B. Anthony votes in the U.S. presidential election and is arrested 2 weeks later. In 1912, Wilson wins the U.S. presidency over incumbent Taft and former President Roosevelt. In 1930, World War I film All Quiet on the Western Front wins the Oscar for Best Picture. In 1935, Parker Brothers launches the sale of iconic board game Monopoly. In 1940, Franklin Roosevelt is elected to an unprecedented third term as U.S. President. In 1994, 45-year-old George Foreman becomes boxing's oldest heavyweight champion. In 2021, 10 are killed in a crowd surge during Travis Scott's performance at the Astroworld Festival. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. In the U.S. presidential election of 1860, Abraham Lincoln won 59% of the electoral vote. But what percentage of the popular vote did he win? 40%? 46%? 52%? Or 58%? Liked learning about Guy Fawkes and the Gunpowder Plot? Then you'll love this one about the Great Fire of London. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.